I remember that knock like a thunderclap. 3 slow, deliberate taps. My pulse didn't spike. I'd long stopped letting ghosts from the past shake me. When I opened the door, sunlight glinted across marble floors, bouncing off walls hung with artwork worth more than their combined fortune. And there they stood, 4 smiles, restless hands. My family, the same people who hadn't sent so much as a birthday card in 10 years. I said nothing, just studied them, the hesitation in their eyes, the flicker of recognition, the twinge of unease. That pause alone tasted like justice. A memory struck 10 years earlier. Back then, I was different. Slim, eager, desperate to belong. I remember stepping into their world for the first time. Bright laughter, clinking glasses, the smell of roasted chicken filling the air. I believed they were my family. I believed they loved me. I trusted every smile, every touch, every word. I thought their acceptance meant worth. Then, without a reason, I was gone from their lives. Reunions passed without my name. Birthdays came and went unacknowledged. Invitations stopped arriving. I became invisible, a ghost haunting my own story. I called. I showed up. Each time, I was met with polite dismissal, until eventually I was erased completely. At first, I grieved in silence. Then I began to watch. Cracks appeared, tiny, revealing. A glance too sharp, a careless slip, and slowly the mask fell. That's when I saw them clearly for the first time. Greed, vanity, cruelty disguised as elegance. They hadn't merely rejected me. They had weighed me, found me wanting, and cast me aside to feel superior. I don't waste tears on betrayal anymore. I plan, cold, precise, every step deliberate. Quietly, I built my fortune, leaving no trace of my ascent. I invested, negotiated, constructed an empire in silence. Every risk, every victory, all leading to this moment, this doorway, this knock. They never saw me coming, because I had become what they never imagined, untouchable, unbound, unapologetically successful. And I learned the true nature of revenge. It isn't loud. It isn't chaos. It's the quiet unraveling, the perfect timing, the slow, steady burn that leaves them staring at the ruins, realizing they lit the match themselves. I led them inside, each step deliberate. The chandeliers sparkled above them. My voice stayed calm, smooth, deceptively casual. I wasn't invited, I said. Their smiles stiffened. They had practiced their charm, assuming I'd be fragile, forgiving. I let the silence hold them there, caught between the past and the present. I showed them around. The house, the cars, the garden they could never dream of owning. I spoke of donations, achievements, businesses built from nothing, not to boast, but to draw the quiet, undeniable contrast between us. I saw their eyes shift, admiration, envy, guilt, but I remained silent. My silence said more than any accusation ever could. Then came the coffee, measured, controlled. I mentioned, almost casually, their mishandling of the family trust, their old patterns of financial neglect, a polite question about debts, foreclosures. I watched their throats tighten, the faint panic flickering behind polite smiles. They realized I knew everything, and it was far too late. I left them there, sipping, fidgeting in the heavy quiet. I stepped onto the balcony, letting them sit with their own smallness. They stayed until sunset, uncertain, powerless, afraid to move. When they finally left, something shifted. They looked at me, not as family, but as something else. Not with warmth, but with fear, recognition, respect, the smallest bow to a power they'd once dismissed. I closed the door behind them, locked it, and sank into my leather chair. The feeling that followed wasn't joy or gloating. It was calm, cold, steady justice, carried out with precision. No shouting, no destruction, just quiet triumph. I had risen while they remained trapped in the echo chamber of their arrogance. And in that stillness, I finally allowed myself to smile.